Welcome back to 3+U. I am so into technology. I love the latest and the greatest stuff. And there is no place that is being taken over by technology any more than the audiology industry. Let's welcome in Dr. Tiffany Ahlberg. She's with Ahlberg Audiology. And Dr. Ahlberg, I love every time we have you on the audiology industry. It's fascinating because of the technology. It's amazing. I remember very clearly the 1970s, the big thing on your ear. That it's so unobtrusive hearing devices now. Talk about some of the latest technology that is making it so easy to make hearing devices a part of your life now.
Well, they have just gotten smaller and smaller over the years. I've been in audiology for over 20 years, and it's just amazing to me how streamlined they have become, how they just fit behind the ear. For some, some of them fit in the ear, some of them fit behind the ear, but they have gotten smaller and smaller and easier to handle. Even though technology, which is a little bit hard for people sometimes, they're afraid that technology is going to be so difficult that they're not going to be able to work it, but it's actually the opposite. When technology takes over and controls it more, the person actually has to do less, so it actually makes it easier for them. So the word technology scares some people, but it actually is making their life easier because of it.
And Dr. Ahlberg, talk about the adaptability. It almost seems like people that have hearing devices on some level are hearing better and more effectively and more efficiently than people without hearing devices. Are we to that point yet?
Yeah, it used to be that when we would fit someone, we would hear, oh, it sounds so artificial, background noise is so difficult, and now they have improved technology so much that I can't remember the last time that someone complained about not being able to hear because of background noise, because the technology has improved so much that is just something we don't deal with as much anymore.
And isn't there also technology where, say someone with a hearing aid is watching television?
Yes.
Then they can have the television program so that they're the only ones hearing it in their hearing aid. That one gets a little above my head, but there's something like that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they all almost, okay, so there's different styles and technologies, but the ones that do incorporate Bluetooth, which is most of them, will have a TV unit that you can simply hook up to the TV and it Bluetooth straight to the hearing devices, and that is, the people who choose that love it. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't watch enough TV, but the people who do, it's a game changer. So yes, it just takes it straight into the hearing device so they can have it at one volume. The other person could mute it. So if you have one who's reading a book and one person who likes to watch TV, and the person who watches TV is interfering with the concentration of the person that's reading the book, that fixes it. They can just hear it through their hearing aids. The other person doesn't hear anything, and it fixes everything. So Dr.
Ahlberg, I think in terms of the Bluetooth hearing buds or the earbuds that we have, are we getting to the point where earbuds, hearing devices, it all works through iPhone and Bluetooth? Are those almost becoming the same thing? I mean, is it the same general technology?
Yes, so the hearing devices have a very precise measurement of the hearing loss that corrects for the hearing loss, but still provides the Bluetooth. And then your traditional Bluetooth units, they are just working with the phone, and you can adjust the amplification, a linear amplification on your phone. So yeah, but in general, it is using the same technology. There's a few different types of Bluetooth. There's low energy Bluetooth, and then there is a different kind of Bluetooth that works with the Bluetooth setting on your phone. iPhones incorporate a different Bluetooth for hearing aids, where it's actually under the accessibility and then the hearing devices. So that has been around a lot longer, but now there's another company that is using the traditional Bluetooth within technology. So whether it be a phone, it can be a flip phone. I fit a lady the other day
Really?
that was 99, and she has a flip phone. And it was just so cute to watch her answer her phone by pushing a button, which, made her kids feel better too, that if someone was calling her, she hears it ring in her hearing aid, she can push a button and actually have a conversation without finding her phone where she's laid it down. They can hear her, she can hear them, simply just by having the hearing aids in the ear.
That is Star Trek. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
hey, and I know that, one issue with the old school hearing aids was batteries. I know rechargeability and the technology in that area has gotten just out of this world as well. Talk about that for a minute.
So most of the devices that are behind the ear have the option of having rechargeable batteries, rechargeability. And so there's different types of that. Some of them use a little case, you sit them in a case, they charge overnight, you put them in your ear, you don't have to worry about changing the battery at all. There is one particular company that recently came out with an in-the-ear rechargeable. So this is one here. It has a little rechargeable piece on the hearing aid itself. You just sit it, a magnetic pull into the charger unit, very, very simple, pull it out. And so this is the very first in-the-ear rechargeable hearing aid. And I'm super excited about that because the behind the ears are a little tricky to get in as far as dexterity. So if someone has big fingers, it's just a little bit tricky to kind of push it in the ear. The in the ears are they're custom made for that person's ear, so they're a lot easier to get in. So now that we have the custom and the rechargeability, it'll be great for a certain population that has poor dexterity.
And Dr. Ahlberg, talk to the people that maybe they had a hearing aid issued to them, prescribed to them maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Are we talking about just worlds of technology advancement since then?
It's amazing sometimes when people upgrade and they've had hearing aids for a while, maybe 4 or 5, even sometimes 6 years. And whenever they do upgrade to the newer technology, it's so fun and rewarding to hear what they tell me about how much more natural the sound is, how they feel that they're hearing in like surround sound. They're not hearing independently. The hearing aids today actually work together as a unit. So this hearing aid talks with this hearing aid. So you're actually hearing in the middle of your head, which is more like natural hearing than just having one ear work independent of the other. So they have come so far. Technology just continues to improve.
And Dr. Ahlberg, one more question I want to ask you. So I know, I've got my readers here. I know that I didn't realize how bad my vision was until I had my vision checked. Yes. Is it the same thing with hearing? And do you recommend that people at a certain age, at a certain time in life, get their hearing checked just in case maybe they're not hearing the world as optimally as they probably could be?
So 50 is usually the magic number that we recommend people start getting a baseline. And that's not just for hearing loss identification as much as it is for having a baseline. So if something happened, let's say you had a car accident or you had a firecracker go off, next to an ear, we actually have a baseline that we can look and see where was your hearing before and where is it now. So for various reasons, 50 is the magic age that we recommend that everyone get a baseline. After that, you're so right. Hearing loss is so gradual that people do not recognize it. They think that the world around them is mumbling. They think that, they start to blame other people. And when they do get the hearing aids, it is so amazing. I had a man the other day, and he was moving his feet, and he said, I think they're too loud because I'm not supposed to hear that. And I was like, oh yes, you're supposed to hear your feet on the floor. But you get so used to being cut off from certain sounds that at first people think that it's not normal, but it is.
Real quick, we're about out of time. One more question. How often is it that people think they have hearing loss, they just need to have their ears cleaned out? Because that's something too, right?
Yeah, I would say, maybe 25% of the time people come in and they complain that they've just lost their hearing on one side. and we will look in their ear, and they have a wax impaction. And that's another thing that we do in the office is we do remove wax, which is called cerumen. So we have a couple of different options as far as how we remove that, but that is something that we see all the time.
And I'll tell you right now, I've had that done, and unless you've ever had the wax removal process done, you have that's a treat. It's amazing what's in there, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Dr. Ahlberg, you are fantastic. I admire you because you have to be an expert not only in the human ear and the process of hearing, but also in the technology that helps us out with that. If you think hearing loss, you're reaching that magic age of 50, or you think hearing loss is something that might be impacting you or a loved one, please get in touch with Dr. Ahlberg at Ahlberg Audiology. The number is 423-641-0956. You can also go to ahlbergaudiology.com. Doctor, thank you. We'll take a quick break. More 3 Plus U after this.